Okay, so for employers, there are many different compliance considerations that they need to take into account, but and we covered a lot of those in the last episode, but really big ones are, making sure they're aware of, like I said, the recruitment requirements, making sure they're not disadvantaging any US workers. The corresponding wage requirement is a tremendously important item. They need to make sure that US workers are paid a similar wage to H2B. They also need to make sure that they're prepared to offer the H2B workers a full-time job. There's a 3/4 guarantee requirement. So whatever the contract hours are, they have to be at least 35 hours a week. But if you're offering, 40 hours, you need to have for every 12 weeks, 6 or 12 week period, depending on how long the contract is. You need to be prepared to offer the workers at least 3/4 of those hours for each 12-week period. So you have to have at least 32 hours for every 12-week period. If for some reason you're not busy or the weather's not good, you still are required to pay the workers that living wage, which is 3/4 of the contract hours. And so, it's the program is not forgiving in that, the employers still have to pay regardless of whether there's work. So you need to make sure you're ready to have a full season that keeps everybody busy. You also need to make sure that you're having the H2B workers work only in the area that you've been approved. They can't work for another company. They need to be on your payroll, which needs to be offered, through, so you can get your own QuickBooks, Gusto, whatever payroll company you want to use, but they need to do withholding properly. They need to have a pay statement issued to them that has certain information on it, to be in compliance. The workers need to be able to see that pay stub. You can't just pay them in cash. So there's some procedural administrative things that you need to be aware of. You need to be aware of costs. You're responsible for inbound and outbound travel costs, consular fees. The workers cannot pay for any part of this legal fees or visa fees. Those are tremendous red flags that will get employers into trouble. And those are just the highlights, but there's many issues that employers need to be aware of. If you're curious, you can look at the ETA 9142B Appendix B that outlines the entire all 26 paragraphs of employer attestations that they are saying that they will follow as part of the program. It's a fairly comprehensive list, but record keeping is another part of that to make sure you're in compliance with all of those things.